back to D's Divinity. Welcome to the first ever pick a card. As you see, we have 3 piles here. Dream, Imagine, and Hope. You can hardly see that one, but, and pardon the lighting, just bear with me, y'all. Work with what you got, right? But anyways, you can take a minute. I'll let it play, or you can pause it. Take a minute to meditate on which pile that is drawing you, Spirit's telling you to go for, whether it's one or all 3. Timestamps will be below. Whenever you're ready, you can join me there. Hello to those of you who selected the dream pile. We're going to start. I don't know what kind of stone this is, but I thought these were really cute, and I found them at my local Dollar Tree, so can't beat that. We're going to put these aside for the end. And let's see what our Earth Warriors have to tell us first. So we have 10, Guardian of Papatuanuku. I hope I'm saying that right. And then we have 39, Anka, Kin of the Red Hawk Tribe. So I'm going to lay all the cards out, or majority, and then we'll gather the message, okay? For the tarot, Ace of Wands, 2 of Wands, Three of Cups in reverse, the Devil in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse, so let's see what Ganesha has to tell us. Guidance, Master 33. Ooh, blessings. Another said but unsaid master number 44. Beautiful. Let's see what crystals they advise you to work with. 36, Belief in Prayer. 41, Daring Rebirth. 13, Tiger Spirit Rises. Okay, and then our love messages. Blessings of Zara, and the Lover and the Beloved, which is a 35 and a 39. Okay, before we get to these are going to be our final. I'm going to just sit these aside over here out of the way. But right off top, just looking at numerology and synchronicities, we have, let's sit her down up here. We have 39 and 39. So that's amazing confirmation. Just give me a minute. Let me gather the message, okay? Okay. So the message that's coming in heavy is the fact that some of you, and I feel most of you, have been on this quest, right? To gain renewed passion, fire, desire for something. Whether it's having to do with what you do as a hobby, what you do for work, a change, or what you want to see manifest in your life, in your world, as far as family relationships or even love, right? Whatever the situation may be, I'm feeling strong love, because we go in synchronistic order from the 1 to the 2, and even though this is a different suit, it's still a 3, right? But with these, I'm getting the strong vibes that many of you may be coming out of a third-party situation, whatever that may be. With the 3 of Cups, and with this one particularly in the middle with the heart on it, I feel like it strongly has to do with love, and that's what I was gathering. But it still can be in any relationship, family relationship, friendship, you know. But to me, this is really significant for love, as far as a significant other, spouse, or, you know. But the fact that these are all reversed is you're coming out of that toxic situation, right? Whatever your partner may have put you in. And if it is work, relationship, you know, whatever that may have been, whatever codependency, whatever addiction, whatever negativity you felt surrounding the situation, and it's different for everyone, and you know what it is if it resonates with you. But the fact of the matter is, you were hoping for offer, but you're not accepting this particular offer. Obviously, you're rejecting that. It's not the king, right? Because ultimately that's what you're after, that ultimate fulfillment. Who isn't, right? So you're wanting this renewal, this newfound passion, desire. And the divine is giving it to you, right? But they're advising you to gain some relief and repair yourself from this situation. And this is all about the root chakra, being grounded, being solid. And the reason I'm feeling more so love situation as far as a significant other is too because we have the lover and the beloved. And this to me is screaming wedding. So that's why I feel some of you may have been married or had the idea, right? You wanted marriage, but somebody didn't want to commit, right? Whatever the case may be. This is also screaming divine being the lover and you being the beloved, right? And allowing them the eternal embrace to wrap you in the love, the divine love that you so seek. Yeah? Which is being poured through by the blessings of Zara. Gorgeous. And this is also repairing you. This 3 and the 6 is a 9. But this is all full of 3s. All of these will reduce to a 3, right? Or it's a factor of 3. Yeah. However you want to look at it. Your earth warriors, and look, as we mentioned before, some of you may have some spirit guides in this Red Hawk tribe that are encouraging you and trying to show you the way. The hawk may be very significant. That's maybe how they give you your messages or downloads. So rely on that, but your intuition is really where it all is coming from. And this is moon energy, strong, bringing you those downloads. You also have Katiaki, which is a 10, which you completing the cycle and guarding your soul. That's what I feel like. It's the earth energy strong coming through. Shouts out to Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn if you selected this pile, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. You don't have to be those signs. But that's just the strong energy that I'm feeling through this card. But the ultimate thing is that the connection there, you receiving those, the download and the guidance. Because that's what you asked for. To show you the way. To renew this. And that's what they're giving you. Because it's ultimately your blessings raining through true, right? That's what you're getting from all of it. You're going from the 33 to the 44, which is a major leap and jump and bounce, because that's a divine path in and of itself. Because together, the difference between the 33 and the 44 is an 11, right? The 1 and the 10. Beautiful energy. Not to mention you got, just above this, you have the Roman numeral 2, which is an 11 essentially, right? 1 and 1. That's between these two. And this is all about choosing your path and planning it out and knowing which way you want to go. You take the red route or the white route. Either way, this is all about grounding. Same with this energy, being rooted. And this is purity, honesty, truth. Which is interesting because it leads to a daring rebirth, right? I just spoke about the 4, as far as the 4s go, which is confirmation. That's all about being grounded, stable, secure. So this is a stable offer. Straight from the divine. This reminds me of, for whatever reason, I'm getting the connection between this pure, honest white flower and this mandala here. And once you come out of that rebirth, you're the one, right? And the 4 and the 1 come together as a 5, which is all about transformation, change, movement, right? So once you move out of that again, you're going to be whole, stable. You're going to be whole mind, body, and soul, right? Coming in holy matrimony and union with the divine. You are the one who's coming into union with the 3, mind, body, and soul, which together make a 4. Again, going back to that stability, the groundedness, the being rooted. Tiger's Eye is very good for removing any negativity, help to keep you grounded. It's great for all the chakras. That is beautiful energy. So let's see what your overall advice is and the messages for life. Yeah. Searching within. Look at that. That's screaming solar plexus chakra. That yellow. That's where your intuition lies. But it says, what I see outside myself is simply a mirror of my inner self. Today I empower myself by looking past outer conditions and searching within for the source of a difficulty in my life. My inner wisdom will always help me face life's challenges. It provides my best answers and my greatest healing. As I study myself, I am transformed. Isn't that what I said? Coming out of this rebirth, you're going through a transformation in that 5 energy. Not to mention, you've transformed, you moved away from this toxicity, you've released that. You've broken those chains. Break every chain. Break every chain. Break every chain. Break every chain. You've done that. And then, yeah, by going within, you're also connecting. I told you. Receiving that offer because you've asked for that. That's your spirit team right here in the background looking after you. They're not going to steer you wrong. That's Master Teacher 33. They're showing you the way. All you got to do is call on them. But this says, today I turn inwards and connect with the heaven within. From this place of peace, I can see that a situation I have resented is actually an ideal opportunity to work on my inner self. It's just what this one said. Going within. Seeing your inner wisdom for what it is. I understand that such experiences are necessary for my growth. Thus, I accept such situations and now live each day in serenity. That's ultimate peace. Ultimate peace. Again, goes back to this to me. You're completing that cycle. And that's what you're attaining. You're protecting not only Earth, but you as a representation. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that is all I have for this group. Please let me know down below if this resonates with you, how this has played out and affected your life. And until next time, just continue to spread love and light, and everything will be all right. Peace. Welcome, group number 2. If you chose the Imagine Stone, then this is the reading for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out majority of the cards first. I'll save these for our final kind of affirmation or guidance in the end. And then I'll take a moment to read the energy and gather the messages and get into it. So first, from our Earth Warriors, we have 29, Nanabaluku, she rests to create. And 35, Mamakila, Mandala of the Moon. For the tarot, King of Swords in reverse. And I think I have all of these upside down. Okay, maybe. Okay. So we have the Sun. We have the Moon in reverse. Ooh, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Four of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. Okay. Let's see what Ganesha has to tell us. Sustenance, number 7. I'm already seeing double confirmation with the 7s. Then we have priorities, and that's a 3. Sun reduces to a 3. So let's see what the mandalas have to. From word to world. Love to see this card. That's a 4. Your time to shine. It's a master number 33. Again, the 3s. And then we have goodwill. 45. Which reduces to a 9. And then for our love messages, we have 20, all-encompassing hand, and 32, she offers the sacred wine, so drink. Let's see what this is about. So you have a lot of cards. Give me a minute to read the energy, gather the messages. Okay, group number 2, or the Imagine. So, first what I'm gathering is the fact that the energy that I'm getting from these 2 cards alone is very powerful, because the 2 and the 9 together have the potential to be an 11, which is all about bright new beginnings, right? Being on your spiritual enlightenment path, your journey, being creative, manifesting abundance, wealth, and the fact that it underscores she rests to create, and how filled her heart chakra is, because that's how you manifest, right? That's how you bring about that abundance rather quickly. depending on how open your heart space is. And hers is popping, it's wide open, right? Not to mention she's relying on her third eye, intuition, and wisdom with the moon energies, because again, the moon can depict intuition as well. And we'll get to this particular moon card in just a second. But the fact that, which is a great segue into this energy, which is an 8, which is eternal, you know, never ending, Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, right? And this is the mandala of the moon, which again, to me, I'm feeling the power of the intuition. What she gains from this is, you see, this is it's a beautiful mandala, and it's all about, if you look closely, it's all about that heart energy, the heart chakra, right? Because once again, that's how you manifest. And I feel like hers is open as well. It's beginning, it's blossoming, right? It's not quite wide open like hers, but it's still getting there. But these two together are powerful, because you do need your heart chakra to be open and not blocked in order to manifest quickly, as I previously mentioned. Also check out the animals in this card, because they may be part of your spirit guide team. I'm feeling kind of, obviously this is a feline, but I'm feeling like cheetah, jaguar, kind of pantherish type of energies, if any of those resonate with you. And then this looks like a part of a hummingbird, which birds in general may be significant for you. Okay. So let's just kind of start how they came out. With the King of Swords coming out in reverse, some of you, many of you, are out of your element, and this may have to do with somebody in your environment, but whoever it is, could be an air sign. They are not really seeing things for what they truly are. They're not grounded. They're kind of flighty, abrasive, a little bit, not dangerous, but just have the potential to be, as far as just because they're not grounded, they're not stable, they're not secure in their mental capacity, right? They're kind of, like I said, flighty, all over the place, just not together at all, not seeing things clearly, and their headspace is just all effed up, for lack of better terminology. But which is interesting, because I'm gonna get to the Sun card in a minute, because originally I felt like I had the deck upside down, but when I looked at the other ones, it's interesting, because I feel like the moon, like I said, is all about, like, bright side up generally is like, be very careful, because on the flip side, whatever side of the coin you want to feel is not so great, but at the same time it's always great. But what I'm getting to is, it can have to do with like illusions, not seeing things for what they truly are, being kind of in the position with the veil over your eyes, right? But upside down or reverse, to me, it's like you have removed that veil. So now you are seeing clearly, or relying more on your intuition. And that's what I feel like it is saying. You're relying more on your intuition, because as we said with these two cards, they are all about that moon energy. And this is more of intuition coming from the third eye. And she receiving the downloads from the divine, like the moon goddess or whatever, which I feel like underscores this, which further makes me feel that this may not be you. It may be someone in your environment, right? So just be careful of this individual if this is not you. And if this is you, then you need to work with this bad boy or girl. But work on healing, coming out of that rebirth, right? Getting that renewal energy, growing, maturing. Again, we're going to come back to this, but this is a beautiful card to see. But I feel like this is telling you to come together, mind, body, and soul. You have to end whatever, cut out, X out, whatever's not serving you, whatever's having you in this, whether it's you or you're surrounding this energy. Because again, what manifests outwardly or in your environment, whoever you're around or with, is generally a reflection of what's going on internally, right? So anyway, that may have to do with the fact that this Ace of Cups is in reverse, and or because I can't deny this Seven of Swords energy. We all know that the Seven of Swords, on one end of the coin or spectrum, it has to do with on the negative side, it has to do with sneaky, deceitful, lying type of energy, or trying to be hidden, being secretive or whatever. So it may have to do with this type of energy, but I didn't really gather that initially when the cards came out, especially with it being following this. Now it still may have to do with this, which we'll get to these two in a minute. But I feel like it's more so having to do with this, that has whoever this is out of their element. Because, maybe you thought that there would be a renewal in love or emotional fulfillment, whether that has to do with work relations or an actual relationship. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just a significant other or spouse or whatever, what have you. It could be a family, friendship. So whatever the case may be, which this genuinely, I see this more so, just me personally, as a significant other type of renewal or offer, right? It could also be just divine as far as self-love. So that may be significant as well. You're trying to figure out clearly how to bring that about, and that may have you just all over the place. Because as you see here with the Four of Pentacles, it's like you gotta burn all of those ideations that are keeping you upside down, literally. If this energy is you, even if it's not, this is telling you seriously have to burn the ideations that you have had, the false beliefs, or just the mental anguish. Not even anguish, but just the ideations that you've had, specifically with the Four of Pentacles. It usually has to do with your material wealth or your home life, right? It all connects. It's all connected. But because if you're not careful with the Four of Pentacles, that can be kind of a selfish, greedy, overbearing almost type of energy. And especially having to do with money, it's never supposed to be that way, because money is meant to flow. I always say you gotta, in order to receive, you gotta give. What goes around comes around. It's the law of karma. So that may be what's keeping you feeling somewhat trapped, but not really, but just flighty. But it's interesting because you're doubling up, essentially, which is a great sign. You're going from the 4 to the 8 because you focused on the hard work that you had to put in, which is why I didn't really get a negative connotation from the Seven of Swords. I got it more so with these as strategy, planning, right? Because she's working hard. So that's the flip side from the kind of deceitful type of energy that this card that people normally see, is that it doesn't always have to be necessarily, quote, bad, end quote. The fact that she looks a little sneaky, and with the fox, obviously that's the type of energy you get. But what I'm telling you is this card can have a little better, much better, honestly, connotation behind it. Also, with the 7 being the number of abundance and potential manifestation, you know, that you can have. Also being on your spiritual path. So it doesn't have to be bad. It depends on your perspective, right? So take it how it resonates. And as I mentioned before, you got double confirmation. Oops, I know I was missing one. I feel like that should be up there with them, with that moon energy. Okay, but double confirmation with the 7. And this is, as it says, like, don't worry about this. Don't get hung up on this, because you will be just fine. Look at that abundance around Ganesh. You don't have nothing to worry about. So don't get hung up on this, because you have the potential to always reverse that. You can manifest whatever you desire. You just have to get your priorities in order. What do you truly want? What is it that you really seek? What is it that will have your heart chakra wide open? And it all has to do with whatever you want to create, whatever you want to manifest. Because it seriously is this simple. Speak it and it shall be. Closed mouths don't get fed. If you want this sustenance, ask for it. Ask and ye shall receive. It's going to be stable with that 40 reducing to a 4, which is all about stability, security, right? Foundation. Not to mention you got those 8s, which is eternal. And you got 3 8s. 3s are heavy. Speaking of 3s, we move right into the 33. It's your time. Your time to shine. Whatever you created, whatever you manifesting. Right? What is it that you want? Look at that colorway. That's no accident. And as long as you have pure intentions behind it, let thy will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. That's a 9. Spiritual enlightenment path, completion, nearing the end of a cycle. This puts me in mind of the world card too, right? That looks like a world to me. Which again, completion, ending a cycle, further confirmation. You got that moon energy again. Triple, quadruple confirmation. Yeah. You have to have pure intentions, which your intuition, which I told you that's what all of these really signify to me. It's pure. They're not going to lead you wrong. Just follow your heart. Not your mind. You have to get them in balance though. But your heart leads the way. Which is a great segue, because this card is all about, really, to me it encompasses all of the chakras if you really want to know, but I get strong because this is kind of like a pinkish fuchsia color. I don't know if it really shows through on camera very well, but anyway, so this is screaming heart chakra to me. And then you got the blue and the indigos and all that, which is your upper, your third eye and your crown, which that crown right there is all that. She's enlightened. This is divine. This is the solar plexus chakra where your intuition lies, and that's where that offering comes from. And I put them like this because it's like she's holding the light, her inner light, the divine light, in the palm of her hand, and this too balances you. The two can be about choices as well. So another message that's coming through is, it's your choice. Will you take this? Will you accept this? Do you want all of this? Like I said, it's a matter of getting your priorities in order. What do you want? Accept what the divine has to offer. Get your priorities in order. Speak it into existence, and it shall be. Whatever you're trying to manifest and create, whether it's something artistically, whether it's whatever, it's your time. Creating something artistically does bring about the whole opening up and keeping you in a great heart space in order to manifest even greater. That's how it works. With this reducing to an 11, it's very suggestive of you being on the right path, as I mentioned before. And then this 33, that's a master teacher number. So you're quite developed in whatever skill it is that you are, what it is, whatever the first thing that came to mind that you think of, that you really want to do, that you want to create, that's it. Do it. That's what they're telling you. Again, you got all these threes. So many threes. 3 here. 3 here. And the fact of the matter is they're all beautiful golden yellow solar plexus chakra energy. Let's see. And of course, within cards, you have 3 before, all kinds of 3s before you reduce them. But that's just amazing energy. That's divine. That's my holy matrimony number, the union between mind, body, and soul. So if this is you, you will be coming out of this energy, because there's no way you can be, well, there's always a way, but it's very difficult to stay in this energy. Let me put it like that. If you're in union, mind, body, and soul. So I love it. And this, I didn't even mention this, but this reduces to a 5. So this is all about change, transformation. So I don't feel like this energy will last long at all, as long as you accept what the divine has to offer you. Take the help. They're giving it to you. It's there for the taking. But that is all I have. Group number 2. Imagine the endless possibilities that you have the potential to create. Speak it into existence and it shall be yours. If this resonates with you in any way, please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know how this plays out in your life, or has played out, or if you are experiencing this in any way. You never know how your testimony may help someone else. Until next time, always remember, spread love and light, and everything will be all right. Peace. I almost forgot your affirmations, manifestations, group number 2. I do apologize, but let's see what we got. Look at that. I reap what I sow. And look at that again, further confirmation. That's her solar plexus chakra lit, right? She's manifesting that abundance that's coming straight from the divine, that crown chakra. Look at there. And she's looks like she's in the form doing her ritual. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. That's beautiful. Divine light. It reminds me of this. Both of them, really. That's where that's coming from. Look at that light. Beautiful. So let's read what it says. It says, I'll get you a little closer so you can see the picture. Today, I remember that all I think and all I do will come back to me in some way. Didn't I just tell you about the law of karma, y'all? Oops, sorry. Get focused, camera. I understand that I reap the fruits of what I sow and fill my life with thoughts and deeds of abundance, light, and love. I sow these seeds knowing I will harvest the greatest of riches. And that is so true. I do apologize for this not being focused, but that is so true. I reap what I sow. And then we have together in the light. Let's get a little closer, make sure you can see that. Being guided. Look at your spirit, your angel. And then to me, that's like your soul tribe. Honestly, it could be you and a group of your tribe here on Earth in the 3D, but I'm picking up more of your angelic tribe, right? Your spirit guides, your ancestors. But it says, I give thanks for all who enter my life. I understand we are all exactly who and where we are supposed to be, and everyone contributes to each other's personal growth. Every reaction someone draws from me is a gift from their soul to mine, meant to help free me from my inner conflicts. All that. Today, by focusing on my own development rather than on others' faults, I become one with the divine. Which again, I feel like that's spiritual team. But like I said, too, it can represent those entering your life in the 3D. Family, friends, otherwise. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Now that is truly all I have. And I do apologize for that. I'm glad I caught that. Again, if you have anything to say down below, please do so. Until next time, again, like the cards say, spread love and light and everything will be all right. Peace a second time around. Welcome, group number 3. If you chose this Hope Stone, then this is the group for you and the reading for you. I feel like many of y'all who chose this group, including myself, are extra, because extra cards kept coming out, flying out. And I kept trying to put them back, but Spirit was like, nope, you're going to take them, because they kept coming out. So this is going to be a pretty lengthy and in-depth reading, I can tell you that already. And just like the previous groups, if you tuned into any of the other ones, we're going to save these for last. I'll try not to forget these because I almost did for group number 2, the Imagine group. At the end, as our affirmations or manifestations to go on. To pray on over the course of however long you need. But anyway, what I'm going to do first is lay out the cards, and then I'll take a minute to read the energy and gather the messages, and then we'll get into it. Okay. So from our Earth Warriors deck, 37, Diamond Tiger, the Black Moon. Second chances bring success. 33. Again, we're seeing 33 everywhere. In each group, child of the light. Love this. Loving this energy already. Keep hope alive. And then we have circle cross of Tena, rare intersection of heaven and earth. Okay. Actually, I'll probably just scoop these this way. Okay. For our tarot, because we're going to need lots of room. So you know what? We'll figure it out. We'll move them around. The Emperor. King of Wands. Nine of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. Four Wands. And 2 of Swords. Okay. So let's see. There's a lot that came out with Ganesh, so this is probably going to take up this entire bottom row. But let's see. Drive. We'll get into it, as I mentioned. Harmony. 22, another master number. Reflection. Spiritual practice. Energetic movement. And then we have openness. Okay, beautiful card. I'm gonna move these around because I'm just feeling guided too. Okay. And then from our crystal mandala, we have 3. Melt into divine desire. Searing presence. Individuality. Yet another 5. Okay. I can tell you now, 5s are pretty strong. So with our love, we got Layla, 34, reducing to a 7. Dance of the Divine Feminine. It's all about movement. That's what I'm gathering already. In a lot of these cards. Beyond the threshold of fear. Another 7. Alright. So just give me a moment. Let me read the energy and gather the message or messages. Okay, group number 3. Those of you who chose the Hope's Stone, are extra, extra, extras, including myself. So just overall with this, first of all, not overall, but just first of all, in choosing this stone, when I work with this stone, I always, and I don't know what it is, so if you do know, please comment down below. But basically, it gives me the vibes, obviously, of keeping hope alive in whatever it is that you're meditating on in that moment. And it changes, right? It can always be different, but it's just the spirit telling you to keep hope alive. And generally, for me anyway, it sometimes brings me to the realization that in doing so, it may not, what you're trying to internalize or even manifest in the 3D, right? It may not always happen the way you want it or the way that you even envision or expect it to. Let's put it like that. But it happens the way that it's meant to for your greatest good. Okay? And keep hope alive in that you don't block out or even miss out on the beauty and joy and the what's the word I'm looking for, just the greatness in the manifestation, because you're closed off, or because you're not flexible, or because you're not open to receive, right? But the first thing that really drew me, I told y'all 5s are heavy in this in this deck. So let me touch on that, because that's the first thing that really caught my attention. Just a second. Try not to destroy the camera and everything else while I gather these cards, but. And of course, even throughout, I'm just gathering the ones that actually reduce to a 5. But you still see in a lot of these, there's a 5, right? There's a 5, right? They're everywhere. But I'm gathering the ones that really reduce to a 5 or are a 5, right? Let's see, because we even have a 5 and an Emperor, the V. Yeah, but this number reduces to a 4. But I'm just showing you those to show that the 5s are literally everywhere. Like they've came out in every deck. There's a 5. But again, this is a 4. And we'll get to these in a minute too, because 4s are pretty significant as well. But this is the first thing that caught my eye. The fact that you have 4 5s. And this was the first 5 that came out. And we'll get to this in a minute, but I mean, this card speaks for itself. You may have reached a crossroad in your life, like I said before, describing the stone, where divine spirit is calling you to just keep hope alive, like you're almost there. And it's a matter of which way, do you want to go? Whichever way, move energetically, like this says. Have the drive and the determination to fulfill all your hopes and dreams, your wishes, right? This can be literal movement, drive, as far as changing locations, driving across country, moving to a completely different city, town, state, country even. And this is more so having to do with the freedom of movement of your body, your vessel, dance, get out and exercise, whatever will keep you at that high vibration where you can vibe. Speaking of dance, I told you there was a lot of movement and motion in these cards in general, and these two especially. Look at that movement. This is This encompasses all the colors of your chakras, from the root with this red, kind of going into the orangish yellows here, going to the sacral and the solar plexus chakra, and then coming in, you got the greens with representing the heart, and then the blues representing the throat, and then the purples or indigos representing your crown chakras. So being in movement and dancing and freeing your soul, it helps you connect with the divine. Not to mention, these two cards are synchronistic order. You're going from the 6 to the 7. Yeah. And then those 4s in there are all about stability, foundation, solid foundation. But back to the 5s, because I didn't mention this particular 5, which is screaming to me. This is the one that I saw, and this honestly reminds me of the Vision card in this deck, just by the color scheme. But Labradorite, some of you may want to get you some to help bring in and strengthen your individuality. You are a unique being. You have unique gifts to give to this world, and you should strive to find those. Moving energetically, dancing, freeing your soul will help you to strengthen that, to build upon that, right? That's what the 4s are about, building foundation. Beautiful energy. I'm sorry I keep bumping this camera. I gotta reach around this tripod just to get to the card. So, and I'm long and this thing is whatever. So moving on to the next thing that really kind of drew my attention and caught me in is the fact that you have several master numbers. And like I said, we're going to get to the 4s, because this, you technically do not reduce the master numbers, but if you were to, this would be a 4, right? But this 22 is all about, as you see, being in harmony, being balanced. 2s are all about balance. Yes, they can be choices, but in this particular card, this is obviously about being balanced, being stable, being grounded. This is all about that sacral, and that I get some of the root, but more so the sacral and the solar plexus chakras. And that's where your creativity lies. But being grounded and secure with that, it's no coincidence that they came out next to each other. Again, the 4s in the house, because you got several 4s. And then, as I previously showed you, you got all kind of 4s in these other cards as well. You got a 4 here, a 4 here, and then a 4 in these 2 cards, the dance, the movement cards, right? Four here. So the 4s are heavy as well. Stability, which is very, very good to see. Foundation. But these, like the 5s, are actual 4s technically. So I feel like Ganesh is telling you, obviously, to reflect within. Reflect also on what you have achieved through harmony, your accomplishments, right? Especially because these 4s, the 4 of Wands, is all about celebration, celebrating the union, honestly, of you coming together with spirit, right? It could be a physical union in the 3D as far as marriage. For those of you who recently are engaged, congratulations. This is screaming to me more so with divine union, honestly. And you're bossing up. You're leveling up with this Emperor power. Shouts out to the Aries squad. You could be any fire sign, but particularly Aries with the Emperor energy. You don't have to be. You could just possess this energy currently, right? Or it's advising you to possess this energy. Let's put it like that. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. There are lots of people who will watch this, so if it doesn't resonate with you, just leave it. Let it flow. Take what does and let the rest flow. The other master number that really just jumped out, and again, this is about movement to me. I feel like she's doing some kind of yoga pose, and that's a form of movement exercise. But more so than anything, the movement that I'm gathering is the whole transformation that's come about, and that can occur because you do receive, when you move, you receive those downloads. You change. There's no way that you can't. This dream chaser over here is, or dream chaser, dream catcher. The mandala here is amazing because together with this card, and look how those moons align. This is all about keeping your dreams, your hopes and dreams alive. Because what you thought may have died years ago, that caterpillar that just went into hibernation for a little bit to transform into this beautiful butterfly, to bring about that second chance, it will likely be renewed. So don't be stuck in this self-imposed anxiety. You can cut yourself free, especially if you possess that Jupiterian energy. Expand. Get rid of those, whatever binds you. Even if you feel like it is an outside influence, you have all the swords you need to cut yourself free. Because what do you have to worry about? Look at this beautiful energy. Look at this beautiful energy. You just have to make the decision to rely on your intuition. Make that decision. Keep hope alive, even for things seen or unseen, right? But with all of this beautiful energy, what do you have to be conflicted about? Nothing at all. You are a boss. You are a king. Rein in on what you desire, because your wish fulfillment, your ultimate stability, your manifestation, your material wealth, your stable family, it's coming. You have reason to celebrate. You're completing that cycle. That's double confirmation with those 2 4s coming out in this tarot deck. Right? It's divine. This will happen. You just got to keep hope alive. Even when it feels bleak. Even when you're at your wit's end. Even when you're in the deepest depths of your anxiety or depression. You got to keep hope alive. Know that they will bring you out. Everything you go through is meant to make you stronger, never to keep you under. And that's a fact. Embrace your divine feminine. And this goes for the masculines too, because everybody has divine feminine and masculine within them. So this has nothing to do with sex or gender. But the divine feminine aspect of you is how you receive. You want to receive all of this greatness. Not always is it about action. You've put in the work. I see that. You've put in the work. Like I said, what you thought might have died years ago, it's being resurrected. And look at the confirmation just between these two in the colorway. So don't give up on your hopes and dreams, ever. Especially if you know deep down in your heart that that's what you have always wanted or desired. Because that's what he's all about, right? That what lights your fire. What does your heart truly, truly desire? Follow your heart. It won't steer you wrong. You have to be able to, conquer mind over matter, right? To be able to balance yourself mentally. Use your discernment and intuition to know, to keep yourself balanced. Because again, spirit won't lead you wrong. But it's like, if you move, remember that 5 is all about movement, transformation, journeying, change. If you make the decision, make this decision with that, sorry, I didn't mean to cover up the number, with that 2, to move past this threshold, it's going to be successful. That second chance opportunity, some of you may need to look into the tiger spirit. That may be one of your spirit animals, one of your ancestors, spirit guides, speaking to you, showing you the way. Also, I forgot to mention the hawk bird energy is what I gather from this. Even maybe owl. This feather here reminds me of giving me the owl energy, which is all about wisdom, intuition. It also reminds me of the tiger, right? Even though it's a feather. But and then of course butterflies for others. And again, you still got the bird energy, air sign as well. You may be that. But back to making that decision. Move past fear, because you have opportunities. You have things to celebrate. Yeah. So you don't have to be stuck. Feel like you're stuck. Balance yourself out. Get out of that 9 of Swords energy. You're not stuck. You're never that. Because why? Like I said, allow the divine to show you the way. They're there for you. They're burning up, waiting. Just waiting for you to ask. Waiting to come in and just feel your heart. This pink is all about, it's more pink, fuchsia. There are some tones of red. So this could be with the root, but I'm not that it can't be, but I'm getting more of the heart chakra in this card, right? So they're trying to come in and open your heart space, fill your heart with love, because that's what transforms. That's how you stay grounded and stable. But you're nearing the end of that cycle. Anything with the 9 is that number. So this is still 4, which again, further confirmation with all the 4s. But the divine is there waiting for you to again just look at the colors. This is the lower chakras are screaming, coming through here. The reds, the oranges, and the yellows. But either way, you still got that 4. And together you're changing, you're transforming. Together they make a 9. So you're nearing the end of the cycle, right? You're becoming complete. They just want you to melt into that divine desire. What is your passion? What lights your fire? I keep saying that. What do you want to do? Whatever it is, you will celebrate. That's beautiful energy. Some of you may want to grab you some aura quartz or lava stone if you can get your hands on it. Meditate with that. Okay. Yeah, and like I said, there's no coincidence that it came above the openness, because this is all about keeping your heart chakra open to the possibilities. You remaining open to receive. Like I said in the beginning, And this is all about, as the card says, your spiritual practice, but relying on your spiritual team. Receiving, they're there for you always. They're always surrounding you. You're never, ever alone. But it's a matter of, will you utilize your methods, your rituals, prayer, whatever you need in order to take advantage of their presence. Release yourself into their arms so that you can, if you don't know what it is, they will show you. But again, it goes back to reflecting within, being in harmony, mind, body, and soul, allowing them to show you. That's beautiful. Love, love, love. Love it. So, let's see. And of course, we extra. I told y'all this pile was extra. So we got 3 where affirmations or manifestations, where the other groups got 2. So first one. What did I say? I can't. Even if I tried, I promise you, never, ever alone. Can't make it up. So it says, my bond with God and the angels is a flame that illuminates my heart, regardless of the darkness around me. This bond is the foundation of my inner strength. It allows me to go on, having faith that all things will fall into divine order for my greatest benefit. I ask the universe for guidance, knowing I will always receive its help and protection. Today, the sun will rise and shine for me. I am never alone. That is right on time. I told y'all. It's beautiful. And then we have the inner sense. Yes, all about that intuition. The divine guidance that's coming straight from above. And it says, today, as I quiet the noise of my mind, I become aware of the voice of my heart. I listen closely to my inner voice. I trust myself and develop confidence in my intuition. What did I say? My inner truth is divine truth. I allow it to influence and guide me every day. Beautiful. You're never alone. You always have your intuition as guidance. They will not steer you wrong. And then finally we have, unconditional love. Look at that. That solar plexus chakra is popping. That heart chakra wide open. And that's how you transform. Right there. Sorry, I was trying to focus on the background, so let me read it. Unconditional love. Today I choose to see the light in everyone. I seek the divine in each being, and I accept others as they are. I bring compassion to all my brothers and sisters of the light. I offer unconditional love to everyone I meet. I join my soul with theirs so that we may grow together in universal love. Beautiful. Beautiful energy. I'm going to put this right up here. All right, you guys. That is all that I have for this group. I pray that it resonates with you as it does with me. I surely know what it is. Absolutely. I'm over here in awe because the cards don't lie. Spirit is always the truth, right? Pure love. And that's my goal. Always been my goal. That's why I always say spread love and light and everything will be alright, because it truly will. And as long as you keep your hopes and dreams and desires alive and keep your heart space open, you have nothing to worry about. All else will fall into place as it's meant to be. They have you on the right path and where you're supposed to be. Don't ever be confused by that. If it is any confusion, it's not meant for you. Spirit is not one, God is not one of confusion. If at any point you ever are or feeling like you're in that inner turmoil, feeling anxious or unsure, right? Rely on your intuition. Ask them. They're right there for you. Call on them. And they'll be there. You just got to remain open. Keep your heart space open. Keep love alive. That's the ultimate message. Spread love and light, and everything will be all right. Let me know how this resonates down below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.